LEGO DLC characters are often called pay to win, and across all of the LEGO games there are 583 DLC characters. So who is the most powerful DLC character in each LEGO game, and do they make the games easier to 100%? And I am placing them all into a tier list to find out who is the most powerful DLC character. Let's go, starting off with the first ever LEGO game to include DLC characters. It's a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one: LEGO Star Wars 2. I had to blow the dust off this thing. It's been a while. Before the complete saga in 2007, if you owned LEGO Star Wars the video game and 100%ed it on the OG consoles, the PS2, original Xbox, the GameCube, you could boot up LEGO Star Wars 2 and purchase a strange little extra in the shop called Use Old Save. This was the old-fashioned way for how LEGO game DLCs used to work, and it imports your characters from LEGO Star Wars 1 into LEGO Star Wars 2. But one console sadly got left behind, the Xbox 360, when it became backwards compatible, so they made it a DLC for 99 cents. On the surface, it may seem like a proper bargain looking at all the characters you get, but these days you can go to a car boot sale and pick the complete saga up for $1. And there is a big problem with the DLC. Some of the characters are bugged. Count Dooku can't use Force Lightning. Honestly, you might as well give us the Revenge of the Sith version without his hands and head. So because of this, Darth Maul is going down as the most powerful, and yes, he does come with legs. When you buy the DLC, you can use him straight away. You literally get a Sith character at the very start of the game. You don't need to go through the story and unlock Darth Defibrillator. And did you know you can actually secretly unlock Darth Maul in this game without buying the DLC? It's super strange and one of the weirdest Easter eggs. If you make a new save and head straight to the character customizer, you can find Darth Maul's face in 144p. Comment below, make Maul 4K, let's fix his poor face. Darth Maul, buddy, you're going into A tier. He is not quite S tier, and you will soon see why. Time to skip past a lot of LEGO games. Coming up next is officially the first LEGO game to have new DLC that included new characters that have not been in previous LEGO games or seen before. And it was the last LEGO game to have mumbles. It's LEGO Harry Potter years 5 to 7. Is the first LEGO game DLC character pack actually any good? Kinda. You get a good mix of useful characters, one super OP character, and then a bunch of daft characters you use for like 2 seconds and think, wow, what a waste of money. The pack includes Luna Lovegood wearing a lion's head. Harry dodged a bullet with her. She has a special attack where she does a roar. Good luck trying to kill anyone with this though, it never lands. Then you get Gilderoy Lockhart in a straitjacket, which is kinda dark based on the end credit scene of Chamber of Secrets. Seriously ill Ron Weasley, and the best, all of the head of the Hogwarts houses, and Slytherin's head, Salazar Slytherin, is the definition of pay to win. For a cheeky $2, this old chap has every spell in the game, and you can use him after you beat the first level. To put it into perspective for you, Voldemort costs 25 million studs and doesn't even have all the spells. And a beard. And that's why a lot of people say DLC characters are pay to win, because in the LEGO Harry Potter games, it takes a long time to unlock a dark magic character, but for $2 you can get one straight away, making the game a lot easier to 100%. But at the end of the day, it's your choice, and I'm not actually kidding here, they nerfed a LEGO game character. In the 2024 Harry Potter collection, you get the DLC with the base game, and you can use the DLC characters at the start. However, Salazar is no longer a dark magic character in the Harry Potter collection. Bro got done dirty, he's going in S tier, he got nerfed. And coming up, we'll talk about if OP DLC characters are a good thing or a bad thing. I want DLC. Chicks dig DLC.
This is why Superman works alone.
It's LEGO Batman 2 time. This is one of the smallest LEGO game character rosters. DLC was kinda needed. I mean, like, major characters were missing from the base game. And the DLC characters this time were now separated into 2 separate DLC packs. You had the Hero Pack, which included Batman's biological son, Robin, when he discovers hair products, a child in a man's body, I named myself after a sword, and Zatanna. Then you have the better pack, the Villain Pack, which includes what Snyder fans depict James Gunn's Superman as, the DC hierarchy is about to go under, an ice climber, lazy song by Bruno Mars, and a guy in a scuba suit who can't swim and slaps people with a 24-karat gold fish. This time TT Games changed it up too and locked the DLC characters until you finish the final level, Heroes Unite, then you can use them in the open world. Who is the most powerful? Now you might assume Bizarro being a Superman clone, even though he is meant to be the opposite and have ice beam and fire breath, but this got fixed in LEGO Batman 3, so it's all good. Shazam and Black Adam are by far the most OP, as they are the only characters in the game who can fly and pass through electricity. But oh my days, it annoys me so much how they cannot use electrical terminals. I am a walking battery. If they could, they would be even more insane. They're not broken, but they can be handy in certain levels in free play. Looking at you, Ace Chemicals, that level never ended for me as a kid. And can we appreciate how in these older DLCs, they went to the effort to make unique animations for certain characters? Yes, some are a bit lame, but later on, some of the newer LEGO game DLCs just got a bit lazy. Adding reskins nobody wanted for even more money. I know you don't need them, but you should feel enticed to buy DLC for cool characters. Credit where it's due though, if it was EA, every DLC character would be OP to make you buy it. Black Adam and Shazam are going in B tier. They're strong but not broke. Coming up is a DLC character who had a secret ability that TT Games cut, but they accidentally left it in the game's files, and I got it working in LEGO Lord of the Rings. Potatoes, boil and mash and put them in a stew. They dug deep into the Lord of the Rings lore with the DLC characters, giving us Sauron's second age. Being a big fan of the Shadow of Mordor games, this is so sick. He can one-tap enemies, sending them flying back to Hobbiton, plus he can destroy the Mordor bricks, which only a few characters can do. Then you have some even deeper lore characters, Prince Imrahil, Smeagol, who to be honest should have been in the base game. And I speak for everyone here, the coolest of them all, the mini Balrog. This thing is just adorable. And this is the DLC character who has the secret ability that was removed, and I went into the game's files and reactivated it on my PC. This is it. Yep, the mini Balrog can fly, well, glide, but no other character in this game has a glide ability. It would have been so overpowered. And I tested it. You can get to so many spots in the open world and skip segments in levels. They did the mini Balrog dirty. He is such a cool character concept. Comment justice for Barry the Balrog. Yeah, he is called Barry. Because Balrog Barry got done dirty, the most powerful in the end goes to Sauron's second age. It's honestly worth buying the DLC so you don't have to suffer through the 1 million stud bonus level to get Sauron and his mouth. That didn't sound how I wanted it to sound. You get what I mean? He's definitely not D tier for power. I'm gonna go and shove him into C tier. Now, LEGO game DLC started to evolve and get bigger and have more of an identity in the next LEGO game, LEGO Marvel Superheroes, the best-selling LEGO game, by the way. I remember as a kid begging my mum to buy me the Super Pack DLC. It included Bojack, Thor, Edgy Phoenix, a Birdman, the Better Hawkeye, Bully Maguire, the Winter Soldier, Blue Hulk, Thanos, before the MCU, and it gets better. It even came with some sweet vehicles, the Tron bike, which was goated when you clicked the left bumper and it started to hover. Oh, 10-year-old me was starstruck. But then, dun dun dun, there was another DLC character pack that should be burned and forgotten, but it's one of God's best jokes, it can't die. It's the For the Dark World DLC. Why did they waste a DLC on that film? Every character is just useless. Apart from one, who is ironically the most powerful DLC character. It's Odin, and did you know in the game's files that there is a unused version of Odin with his armor on? Honestly, I'd rather have that version of Odin than the rest of the characters included in the Asgard DLC. So many people who have played LEGO Marvel Superheroes do not realize how powerful Odin is. He is literally Thor and Loki merged together, and you don't have to dramatically charge up all the time to be able to use lightning. Now you might be thinking, isn't Dark Phoenix better? She is still powerful, but she is just a reskin of Phoenix. Whereas Odin is something new, merging two useful characters together, making him super handy, until you unlock the Holy Grail, Stanley. Then every other character just flies out the window. Pensioner Odin is very powerful, but I wouldn't say he's S tier, so I'm going A tier. Next up is a LEGO game which only had one DLC, and it turns out to be one of the worst LEGO game DLCs in existence. Everything is a rip-off in LEGO Movie, the video game. This is the Wild West character pack, and these are the shocking DLC characters you get. Sud's Backwash, Odd Ollie, Root Beer Bell, and Wild Will. That's it. I will give the game some credit. It does have a secret DLC pack that is totally free, and it includes the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Thunder. You just have to input a bunch of codes. I'll put them up on screen for you. I am so nice. Now, how can I pick a most powerful character from that shocking selection? But I didn't tell you that the Wild West character pack also comes with something else. Pants. Yeah, you know the gag from the LEGO movie where the guy goes, "Honey, where are my pants?" Well, they made that into a feature in this game where pants give you power-ups. And with the DLC, you get extra pair of pants. You get Jack the Rabbit pants, which just make you constantly bounce up and down. How is this helpful? Tornado pants, hot pants, which are just pants on fire. That's it. They missed the opportunity to call them liar liar pants. Come on. And the most powerful pair, which are going into the tier list, the Stinky Pete pants. Anything you break will drop more valuable studs. They are a gold mine to have early on, pun intended. I just wish you could equip the pants anywhere in this game. You have to go up to the wardrobes in the open world. The pants are going into D tier as none of the DLC characters in this game are good. Even the free ones, but they're free. Now, next up is the first LEGO game to include DLC levels. It's LEGO Batman 3. Honestly, the season pass was so worth it for this game. You got DLC levels this time alongside the characters, and they covered a lot of DC fan bases. You had the CW fans with the Arrow level, which just reminds you how good the CW DC shows once were. Emphasis on once. You've got Nolan fans with the Dark Knight level, Snyder fans with the Man of Steel level, the 2016 Suicide Squad level, if there are any fans for that film. And yeah, they still had character packs. You had the Batman Beyond pack with Mr. Freeze, who can turn himself into a giant spider. Absolute Batman. Out of the massive selection of DLC characters in this game, all the fan favourites, buried away is the most overpowered DLC character, and nobody ever notices her. This is Terra. Yep, the design is pretty terrible. That hairpiece is just wrong. It doesn't even match the character's design in the comics. And here's why she is stupidly powerful. She can fly on a giant rock, which is one of the coolest flying animations, cause mini earthquakes, and that's not even the broken part. Terra is the only normal size character in the entire game who can use the Grundy ground terminals. Not even Poison Ivy can do that, which I find a little strange. And she is loaded with other abilities like strength, tech, dig. Terra is an A tier DLC character. I'm not going to go S tier. Next up, it's time to steal from a big red dragon so we can buy more DLC in LEGO Hobbit. They never finished this LEGO game. Originally, we were meant to get the third Hobbit film as DLC because the game only covers the first two of the trilogy, but it never happened, and that's why this game lacks additional content. Because of the behind-the-scenes issues, we only got 2 DLC character packs. It kinda went back to basics. We had the first pack, which was the side quest character pack. They could have come up with a more exciting name, which included Pensioner Saruman, Dwarf Soldier, a River Troll, Girion, a Lady Dwarf, what a character, and they gave her a frying pan. That takes a lot of guts. Oh, and there's also this elk. Hello. Then there's the other DLC pack, which has the most powerful character and is a lot better. You get Baby Gimli, who looks nothing like the picture of Baby Gimli that we see in the Hobbit films, unless he's had a shave. Then there's me at 22 not being able to grow a beard. Then you've got the Stoned Dwarf. To make it clear, he is made of stone. He's not been hitting it up with Gandalf. Bando Brass 2K Snow Troll, and finally the most powerful baby Smaug. Yeah, he runs like he has followed through, but I love the concept. His design is adorable, and why he is so good, he can shoot fireballs, which destroy metal. Now, in the LEGO Marvel games, tons of characters can do that, but in LEGO Hobbit, only one other character in the entire game can do this. And that's Count Dooku, who takes forever to unlock. And Smaug can start fires, which not many characters can do. And did you guys know, if you turn on the boss disguise as extra, Smaug will wear a Sherlock Holmes hat? This is because Benedict Cumberbatch played them both. The behind the scenes of him playing Smaug is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I honestly would rather have mocap Smaug as a character than the third Hobbit film getting completed and added. I'm putting Smaug in B tier. He's very useful, but won't carry you through the entire game. Coming up soon is the Toys to Life LEGO game LEGO Dimensions, where I will reveal who is the best character to buy for your money to get the most amount of abilities in the game. But first, welcome to LEGO Jurassic World. You know when you jump into those massive piles of dino poo and just randomly pull stuff out? Yeah, that is what I imagine the character design process were for this LEGO Games DLC packs. All of them are pointless reskins that should be in the base game, and what makes it worse, it's not just one character pack, they are split into 3 separate packs, costing you $5 in total for useless reskins. The DLC version of Chris Pratt can't even cut vines like the base games version. The helicopter pilot looks like Gene Takovic. You get a literal Karen. I'll give him credit though, this character is very accurate. Her only ability is she can scream really loud. This beats the Wild West pack for the worst ever LEGO game DLC pack, but there is one character who is kinda powerful, Eric Kirby's Survivor. Eric! Whenever I hear that name, I just get PTSD of that level. Shut up! Why this kid is so powerful is because you don't unlock Eric Kirby until you beat Jurassic Park 3, and he has a late game ability, clear compy herds, by throwing bottles of I don't even know what's inside. I'm just presuming because he's a survivor, it's, you know. So if you're really impatient, if you buy the DLC, you can get a character with a late game ability early on. That's all he's good for. I'm gonna go and shove Eric Kirby in C tier above Sauron. Why they didn't add dinosaurs as DLC is kind of a joke. We're going to need a mortgage for this next LEGO game. It's LEGO Dimensions. The average LEGO Dimensions character costs $20, with some being more pricey like Sonic, who comes in a level pack costing $40. And that was a decade ago, back in 2016. Some cost a lot more money now, and some are actually cheaper like the Mission Impossible pack. You can find it everywhere. So if you could only buy one character for LEGO Dimensions and you wanted the most amount of abilities in the game, who is the most powerful and best to buy? There are 3 characters with the most amount of abilities in the game, 15 to be exact. You've got Jake the dog, Marceline, and Chase McCain from LEGO City Undercover. Unfortunately, Jake the dog can't fly, but he can transform into a lot of useful things, and Marceline has some niche abilities like Vine Cut. So I've gone with Chase McCain as the most OP, and I like how you need to play through the content in the LEGO City Undercover world to unlock all of his suits. And he has a relic detector, which is massive. You don't need to keep putting wild style on the portal. I just love how they took his suits from the original LEGO City Undercover game and made them even better, like his astronaut suit. Instead of gliding now, it full on flies. Chase McCain is going to the very top of S tier. Let's see if anyone can dethrone him. The next LEGO game committed one of the biggest crimes in LEGO game history, not including a major Marvel character in a LEGO Marvel game. After fans were unhappy, they fixed it with a free DLC in LEGO Marvel the MCU edition. This LEGO game has one of the biggest amount of OP DLC characters, some you won't have even heard of, like Dr. Voodoo, who fights people using his dead brother. Yeah, it's pretty dark. He can do magic and tech unlike other wizards. Then you've got this character from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. DLC, who just looks like a regular S.H.I.E.L.D. agent until you jump and attack. And she can use both Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. terminals, same for Iron Skull. But after a lot of testing, I narrowed it down, and the most overpowered DLC character was actually added last as kind of an apology. Remember that major Marvel character who was missing? Well, that character was Spider-Man, and when Civil War was announced back in 2016, they made a Spider-Man DLC for this game, where they added Miles Morales, the original Spider-Man, a Civil War version, and finally Iron Spider. He is the standout, and we have not seen him since LEGO Marvel Avengers. We just keep getting superior Spider-Man. Stop. Having Iron Man and Spider-Man in one is just dirty. You can do so much, even in this LEGO game where Spider-Man wasn't in the story, he is still mega useful. I am shocked he wasn't in the Infinity War DLC for LEGO Marvel 2. Iron Spider, give us more of him, he's going in S tier. He's not as good as Salazar though and Chase. Now, I never expected this next character to be so powerful in LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is by far the worst LEGO Star Wars game, and you guys know I'm not a big fan of it. I think a lot of the levels are drawn out and dull, but I will admit the DLC characters are amazing. It is annoying though how they lock some DLCs behind certain platforms, like the Droid DLC with General Grievous. It's only available on PlayStation. I hate it when they do that, and he can crawl in this game. And I think they did some of the DLC characters better than the Skywalker saga, like the Clone Wars version of Darth Maul. The Inquisitors can actually fly with their lightsabers instead of it just being an idle animation. Now, you would think the 7th Sister Inquisitor would be the best, being able to glide, but in fact, it's Kit Fisto. Can we just have 2 seconds to appreciate this guy's smile? Legendary. Why is Kit Fisto here and better than the Inquisitor? Well, Kit Fisto is the only Jedi in this game to have an extra ability. He can use water pools, and some of the best characters you can unlock in this game are locked behind these puzzles. And only one other character, Admiral Akbar, can do the water pools too, and the thing is, he is kind of hidden. To unlock Admiral Akbar, you need to collect a certain amount of gold bricks and beat all of the levels in the game. Then you can play the bonus level, Poor to the Rescue, but the game doesn't notify you that you can play it. So many people had to look up how to get Admiral Akbar, and it saves you switching all the time when you've got a Jedi who can do it too. Kit Fisto is going to the top of A tier. Coming up next is a LEGO game that just needs a bit more love. It's LEGO Worlds. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, LEGO Worlds has a lot of problems. It's very buggy, and because it's a sandbox LEGO game, a lot of people just think the characters work as outfits in this game, but that's completely wrong, as a lot of characters do have unique animations, and some even have abilities outside of the weapons and gadgets that you can use in the game. For example, the werewolf can super jump, the Minotaur can charge alongside the Cyclops, and they carried on updating this game for quite a while, adding 2 major DLC packs, Classic Space and the Monsters DLC. Both of these made it into my top 10 DLCs video, as they are that good, and they came with a collection of characters. And with the Monsters DLC, you can get Lady Vampire, and what is so good about her is how she can turn into a bat, which is a game changer, as you can easily fly without having to spawn in a vehicle, and you can get into small places. Now, in the base game, Lord Vampire does have this ability too, but he is so hard to get. Like, some of the characters are a nightmare to unlock in this game. You have to find coordinates, do a massive quest line, but with the Monsters DLC, you don't have to think about that, and if you don't like the look of her, you can always apply her head to your own custom character and still turn into a bat. And LEGO Worlds was so good for free DLC content. We got an Agents DLC, LEGO Ninjago movie DLC to promote the new game, Nexo Nights, yeah, remember that LEGO theme? And they all had unique animations, but none of them came with built-in abilities. Instead, they came with their their weapons, which were so cool, like the Nexo Knights ones you could charge up and the Ninjago ones. Cole's hammer was so sick. I'm putting her at the bottom of C tier. She's powerful for LEGO Worlds, but compared to the others, not so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the LEGO game with the most powerful DLC character across every single LEGO game in LEGO Marvel 2. Thanos truly is inevitable. Nutsack Chin has 19 abilities in total, but that seems puny when you compare it to Stan Lee, who has 31 abilities, but nobody comes close to Stan Lee. Sorry Chase mate, but Thanos is going straight to the top of S tier. We're skipping past the 2017 LEGO Ninjago movie game because that game didn't have any DLC, and when we move over to LEGO Incredibles in 2018, LEGO game DLCs just kinda vanished. The Parr Family Vacation DLC featured reskins for the Incredibles and one for Frozone. I guess now it's an appropriate time to shout, "Honey, where's my super suit?" And that was it. We went from getting tons of DLCs in all the past LEGO games to just this, which upsets me because LEGO Incredibles added other Pixar characters into the game you can play as, like Woody from Toy Story, but there was no Buzz Lightyear. We could have had more with DLC. Out of all of the characters in the Jet 2 holiday pack, without question, Jack is the most powerful. That child has the power to end the world. He just can't fly. Yet. Let's hope he grows up to be nice. I'm gonna go and shove him at the top of A tier. Suddenly, out of nowhere, LEGO game DLCs made a triumphant return in 2018's LEGO DC Supervillains, and they are back better than ever. You had the legendary Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, voicing Batman alongside Mark Hamill for the animated series level pack, my personal favourite LEGO game DLC pack of all time. Amazing character packs like Justice League Dark, the CW pack, the DCEU. Say what you want about that. The DLC levels were on top form, same for the characters, they all felt unique. And the character I always found myself using was Joker from the animated series DLC because he can fly unlike the base game's Joker. You have to use the Joker so much in this game, so just being able to fly, he is the most powerful, and I'm gonna go and shove him into A tier above Kit Fisto. Next is the most hated LEGO game, LEGO Movie 2, but we're skipping past it because this game's DLC, Galactic Outskirts, was a story expansion, and unfortunately the characters are just cosmetic in this game. That's one of the reasons why it's so bad. So you know what that means, hit the hyperdrive as we're heading straight to LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Before I reveal the most powerful, it's time to discuss, are LEGO game characters pay to win in the end? It's not an online game, but it can be annoying when a new LEGO game releases and your friends have DLC that you unfortunately might not have, meaning they can unlock things faster and steam ahead. This was a big issue with the Skywalker Saga. If you had DLC, you had a character in every class and you could do stuff early on without beating the story. I think it's totally fine when they are available after you beat the story, like in LEGO Batman 2, but not before because it can be unfair. And I'm interested to see how this will play out with LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, because obviously there is DLC characters with that game. If you buy the $90 Deluxe Edition, you get Harley Quinn and Joker. I would really love to hear your thoughts below in the comments on OP DLC characters. And now for my pick for the best DLC character in the Skywalker Saga. It has to be the Mandalorian. It takes a while to get a bounty hunter in this game, so getting one straight away is very powerful, and you can duplicate an army using Mandalorian in Disney's best-selling toy. It was so cool how they turned that glitch into a feature, the things you can do with it. Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. No other character lets you make your own personal army. I'm gonna go and shove him in S tier above Salazar. Now, I did some reorganizing and here is my final tier list. And why not click over to this video here where I beat LEGO Marvel superheroes without using any superpowers. Thank you guys so much for the support, and make sure to smash that subscribe button as we're so close to 500k, and drop a like. You guys are the best. Adios!